Ciao Bella, welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And no matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. I have my voice back, you all. I am so excited. I'm so grateful. Trying to teach children without a voice was incredibly insane. Um, and even with my own child, it was like very carefully trying to pick what I needed to actually say and what I needed to just mime or whatever. Like I honestly feel like I could have gone to mime school and it would have been perfect. Emotions, hand gestures, all the things, right? Sir, hold on just one second. Sir, what are you doing? Sir. If you have not seen the shorts that I put out last week, on Friday, I introduced you to our new cat. And he is trying desperately to get in here, but he already made a mess, which was the short that I posted on Wednesday, because he got on in here and all the yarn that I had carefully, now granted, it was stacked because I currently have way more than I need. as you do when you have a collection of things. Um, but I had it stacked and organized, and he came in and created a big mess. And he's trying to get back in here. But if I leave the door closed while I'm in here, it's really, really hot. And then also, I can't connect to the internet with the door closed. So I'm going to record in here, but then I think I might take my computer out to the kitchen so that I can close the door, because sometimes I need a video to work and upload while I go do other things. And I can't sit here with the door open if he's going to create that kind of chaos. And I will get him in here eventually and show him like how to be respectful of the things. But he is, well, today when you're seeing this, he's 6 months old. On September 15th, he is 6 months old, so he is still just a baby, right? He's a little baby, so he has to learn, and it's a lot. Anyway, that's not why you're here. It's definitely not why you're here. That's not the title of the video, but I am grateful to be back. I appreciate all of you who reached out, emailed me, asked me how I was doing. I wasn't really sick, honestly, to lose my voice. I was feeling a little bit under the weather. I did tell you guys that, right? And then, like, the drainage, and then my voice just, for like 3 or 4 days, I didn't have a voice at all. I couldn't whisper, I couldn't anything. And then it slowly started to come back, but I was like, right here, this is as loud as I could get. I couldn't put, that's it, as much as I could get. So I went to the doctor and I was like, I'm really concerned because I'm not in any pain. Like, nothing hurt. Nothing hurt. And he was like, laryngitis, basically. He was like, just don't talk for like the next 3 to 4 days, maybe even a week. And I was like, okay, because that works in life. He was like, if you have to talk, just don't strain your vocal cords. So I could whisper, but trying to do a video like this is really hard, and you can't hear anything I'm saying. So I was like, I'm just not gonna, I just can't, right? So I did do the shorts on my normal video days, and then I figured I would just wait until I could actually record. And I did get my voice back last week. Um, but I still tried not to talk as much, to really give it time, because even though I didn't have a bad time necessarily without having a voice, I don't want it to be something that lingers, right? So anyway, none of that is why you're here, but I did want to give you guys a little update. And I am going to draw for my giveaway winner, but that will actually, I'll post that on Wednesday. So that'll be my Wednesday video, because I was running it through the 15th. So I was running it through today, and then I will draw and post on Wednesday, right? So there's still time. Well, no, not today. If you're seeing this video, I've probably already drawn. I probably did it first thing in the morning. But anyway, and then in October, right, we'll get to a new giveaway, because I'm doing 2 for August, September, and then we'll start with October and so forth. Okay, so why are we here, right? We are here because we are doing the Manfella MALS final project, right? So I'm going to show you the yarn for that project, which I have in this bag that's in my lap. But also, I did not get a chance to actually show you guys in a video my finished project for project number 3. If you have no idea what Manfella MALS is, Sam over at Mampas Makes and I wanted to do a collaboration, but we didn't want it to be time constraints and overwhelming and calendars and schedules and her life is hectic, my life is hectic. YouTube and crochet shouldn't add to that pressure. I mean, it does a little bit, don't get me wrong. Like, I do make a point to have a schedule for every, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's when my videos come out. I put that pressure on myself. I do have certain things that I want to show you on the channel. I do have things that I want to share with you, but this isn't my job, right? I don't make any money off of this at all. I make no money, right? So I'm going on 4 years of putting up content, and I have made $0 from my content. So this is because I enjoy it. It's because I enjoy the community. I enjoy sharing with you all. And I don't want it to feel like I have to put up a video, right? So that was something that Sam and I talked about when we were talking about, do we really want to do a collab this year? Do we really want to put that on ourselves? And if we wanted to do it, how are we going to do it? So we came up with 4 projects that we really wanted to do. There were things that were on our list. Well, actually, we came up with 3 projects that we really wanted to do. But we were like, maybe we could do it like potentially quarterly. Like we were just spitballing ideas, right? And we decided to do it an as and when kind of thing. So when we finished one, we'd start another. But we didn't have to be on the same page. So we had 3 projects, and then Sam came up with the 4th project. And the 4 projects were something from a Label My Library, because Sam and I both have lots of crochet patterns, books. So we have digital patterns, and then we have books, and we both have a segment, which Sam started, of Label My Library. So we have things that we want to make, and why not check one of those off the list, right? We want to do them, so let's do one. That was one project. The other one was the Asteria doily, which we both really wanted to make. That's been on our list. One was a subscription yarn project. I used to get Lether Co. Yarn, and I stopped before they went out of business, but I still have a large quantity of it. And then the other one, which was Sam's kind of thought, was make something for each other. and we decided on a pillow cover. Then we were like, okay, well, do we want to do the same thing at the same time? And that felt like pressure. So we were like, no, okay, how are we going to do this? We decided to have our children draw for the other person. So Max, her son, would draw and she would put up a short. But whatever Max drew was what I was doing. And whatever my daughter, Sparkle, was drawing would be what Sam was making. So we would put up those shorts. And we did talk about the 4 projects at the beginning. So when Max drew the 3rd project for me, I automatically then knew what my 4th project was. So we're like, do we need to put up a short for that? We decided against it, right? So all year long, we've made things and we've invited you to join us in any way that you can or any way that you would like. It's open, right? But it's something that we wanted to do together. So Sam's projects were not on the same timeline as mine, right? My projects were not on the same timeline as hers. So my first project was the label my library make, and I have my little Gandhi guy up there, right? He was the the one that I chose, uh, and I did talk about that in that video, which you will go watch. There's a playlist. You won't go watch. You can go watch. I'm not ordering you to. I would like for you to if you haven't, but you don't have to. And then, sir, what are you doing? Do you want to come say hello? Do you want to come say hello? Hold, please. Okay, so I have him. He won't stay for long. He doesn't really like to be held. But I thought you might want to see him since he's trying to get in here so bad. Hmm? Want to say hello? Say hi. Say hi to everyone. Huh? Say hello. Yes? His name is Vespasian. Yeah. Say hi, buddy. You're alright. Yeah. You want to get down? It's okay. You can go. Go on. Can you get out? Okay. Alright. Hold, please. Okay. Um. Anyway, his name is Vespasian. He is named that because he was the first emperor, Roman emperor after Nero, to be sustainable. So, one of the things about me, and this I know this is huge, I'll get back to the Manfella MALS, but since you saw him, I want to explain, right? Um, when I have an animal, whether it's dog, cat, fish, whatever, I don't care, they have names based on some sort of ruler. Um, and I study the animal, their behaviors, their attitude, their personality before I give them their name. So we had him for about 3 weeks and we just called him Mr. We just called him Mr. or Sir or Kitty. Um, but I did a lot of research in names and dealing with his personality and looking at who he was. So Vespasian was a Roman emperor after Nero who was sustainable. He started a new dynasty, and he was much more gentle than Nero. He was much more kind to the people. That's not to say he was necessarily the best ruler, right? He wasn't always nice, right? But he was much better than the chaos they had had before. And this cat, while he is very young and he is very wild, right? He is also so gentle. He listens really well most of the time. He already knows several commands. I am already working with him on learning how to walk him, like on a leash, because Nero knew how to do that instinctively. I never taught him how to do that. Like there were videos of him doing that. I did not teach that cat how to do that. He knew, he was ready. He just embodied it, right? Like he was like, yeah, let's go. If this is how I get to go outside, sure, let's go. But I am actually actively training this cat. So, and he is very trainable. He is a really good cat so far. Um, he is still a kitten, so he is wild and active and gets into things that he shouldn't, and it's a learning process. So, um, but we did go with the name Vespasian. My daughter calls him V. I call him Vessi. But it was the first name that we came across in my research. And we were like, okay, well, let's make a list because that's a big name, right? And that's a lot. But the more that we sat on it and the more that we spitballed ideas, I even asked friends for ideas. Uh, I just kept coming back to that. I just kept coming back to that. The other one that we were thinking about was Arthur, because I had a cat named Merlin, right? But he's not really an Arthur. If we had gotten an older cat, maybe that would have been an Arthur, but he's not an Arthur, right? He's not a ruler of the round table kind of guy. So that's him. All right, so back to the Manfella MALS. Um, I was talking about the Gandhi video. You're welcome to go watch that. Then my next video, my next option was the pillow cover. That was the one that Max chose for me, and that has already been made. I had someone sew in the lining for me because I can do it, and I tried to do it, but I didn't do it very well. So I had someone else do it for me, and mailed that off to Sam. So she has that. She's already shown that on her channel. Um, you can go look at that. Again, there's a playlist, which I will link in the description box, and at the end of this video, so that you can check that out. And they have mine and Sam's videos in it, so you can watch the whole thing. Then the third project that Max drew for me was, sorry, my nail broke and it is painful. So that's why I keep looking down, because I'm trying to get that and it hurts. Was the subscription yarn. And I was getting ready to go, school was getting ready to be over, and I was getting ready to go to the UK for a couple of weeks to house sit for someone, and then I was going to be going to America. So I was like, I'm glad it wasn't the Asteria doily to have to carry and keep track of all of that. But we had, I needed to make a decision before I left. So I did, I showed that, right? And then while I was in the UK, I finished it. And I shared some pictures and things like that of it, but I wasn't actually able to show you the finished product, right? I talked about it, but I wasn't able to like actively show you. So I have that here, and we'll talk about it a little bit. This is the shawl that I did. Now this was using 4 hanks of Lether Co yarn. So you start out with the one here, um, here, and then it gets bigger. And you can see the transitions. We went to this yarn, and then this yarn, and then this yarn. So I think, I'm almost positive, that this yarn here in the beginning and this yarn at the end were the same. They were not labeled the same. So at the end of Lether Co., when they were going out of business, they were selling a lot of their yarn that they had just, it was sitting, and they were getting rid of everything. So they would have flash sales and things like that, and you could buy like a bundle of mystery yarn. You had no idea what you were getting, but you would get yarn. And I got this one in one of those boxes, but it's almost the exact same, if not the exact same as this one. And this was Owl. That was the name of it. This one was, it was a tree. It was a tree. I want to say Alpine. I want to say Alpine. This one. This one was Sly Fox. And then this one was not labeled. So, that's what I did. I used the Christmas shawl pattern from Lether Co. because one of the things that they did in their boxes was, hold on just a second, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm back. One of the things that they did in their subscription boxes was you also got patterns. And so one of the patterns that I was able to get was a Christmas shawl, but it was from a previous like Advent box. Not the Advent box that I did get, because I did get a Lether Co. Advent box, but it was the Nutcracker version. That wasn't the one that this shawl was for. But that's the pattern that I used, and I did talk about that in the video. So this is the shawl. I had considered leaving it for the lady that I was house sitting for, just as like a something to put on the back of her couch or something, because I already have 2 crochet blankets on the back of my couch. I don't really have another place to put this. I'm not a shawl person, but I wanted to use a lot of the yarn, and I thought, what better way to do that than to do a shawl, right? Now I may find a way to drape this over something. I may put it at the end of my bed. I don't know. With the new cat, I don't really want to put it at the end of my bed because I don't want him to tear it up. But I don't know. I'll figure out something. But that is the shawl that I did for my Manfella MALS project number 3. So this was the subscription yarn, Lether Co. Christmas shawl pattern with Lether Co. yarn. It was 4 hanks, and I used damn near every bit of it. I didn't have much left over because I even went and put on extra border. And the light is... I'll put up better pictures on my community tab or whatever. But my light is really blue in here, and no, I still haven't changed it. But the colors are not showing true on here. Okay, so now we're going to talk about project number 4. Okay. Oh, let me grab that. Oh, I don't lose it. All right, so project number 4, as we talked about what the 4 projects were, right? My 4th project is the Asteria doily. And I debated a lot on the yarn that I wanted to use. I thought about some of the cakes that I have, like the big DK weight cakes. I had some other yarn that I thought about, variegated yarn. Oh, I can't hear my face now. Just lots of things, right? I thought about lots of things. I looked at a lot of the pictures of the doily and some of the things that people used. I don't have any of like the Hobie cakes, the big ones. I have some Hobie cakes that are like the Hobie Universe, but they're not the XL. And I have some in blue, and then I have some in like a rainbow, but they're both like sparkly, which is fine. Cool. But the rainbow ones are not my jam, right? They were something for my daughter that she ended up not wanting, so now I have this yarn. And anyway, I didn't want to use the blue because it changes color a lot, and that seems to take away from the pattern of the doily to me, just in looking at pictures. And it's a personal preference. You use whatever yarn you want, right? It's your project. You use whatever you want. But I finally decided to use the yarn that I got when I was in Pensolo, So I did a video on this as well, and I will try to link it at the end of the video. There'll be a little box for this video that I'm talking about, but it'll also be in the description box. So when I first moved here to Sicily, I was very fortunate in the fact that my son came to visit, and we got to go to a place in northern Italy where my dad's family is from. We talked about that. It was a very emotional trip for me. It was a very personal trip for me. And one of the things that I wanted to do while I was there was find some yarn, right? Because that's kind of how I tie those things together, right? And I was fortunate enough to find an actual hand-dyed yarn shop in the town. There was also another place that had yarn, and I showed videos of all of that. But I did get some yarn while I was there, and I decided that I wanted to use this yarn to do the Asteria doily. Now, will I use all of this yarn? I have no clue. Because one of the things that is really, really difficult for me with this Asteria doily is how much yardage I'm actually going to use. I know that it uses up quite a bit of yarn, but I don't know. Is the label in there? Did it fall off? Okay. I don't know exactly how much I'm going to use. So I'm going to talk to you about my plan, and then we'll see if the plan is successful or not. So this is the yarn. This is the Marguerite Maturi, if I think I'm saying that correctly. It's hand-dyed yarn. It's made in Italy, but this is the yarn. Right? So my thought is, because you start in the center, right? And it's a big flower. So my thought is to start with this in the middle, right? The yellow, and then bring in this for like the flower part of it, because it has bits of yellow in there. It also has brown and blue and green, which then brings me to this one. And these are both the same yarn, right? This one is pretty much the same, but it has the Lorex, the sparkle in it, so that takes up like 5% of the yarn. And then this one is similar to the others, but it doesn't feel as like halo-y. I mean, there's still a halo a little bit, but it doesn't feel as halo-y. But they're all the same. They're sock weight yarn. But I think because it's a specific pattern and I know about how big I want it, I don't want it to take up my entire wall. I don't want it to be gigantic. So I think that this size yarn is going to be good for this project. So what do you guys think? If I start out with the yellow in the center, right? And then I go to this, and then I have the green on the end. What do you think? That's my thought. I mean, I could do it this way to kind of break up the dark color, but I really like the center of the flower being yellow. So I really like it this way. I mean, I could be wrong. I could hate it, and this could be better. I will take pictures on, I'll take pictures and put it on my community tab as well. I already have pictures of the shawl, so I don't have to take pictures of it, of the color. But I will take pictures of this and say, do you like option 1 or option 2? And then I have the extra green in case I need it, but I'm really thinking that I'm going to let quite a bit of this play out, and then a lot of this play out, and then this be like the outer pieces. But also, I don't know how many rounds this is or anything, because I have the pattern. But one thing that I learned from Sam, because she's already done this, is that the pattern is not super helpful, and she had to watch the video tutorial, and even that wasn't 100% helpful. So I don't know how much. I could not even have enough yarn. I don't know. I mean, I have... Does it tell me? 400 meters? Yeah. 400 meters times 4. That's 1,600 meters of yarn. It's a little bit more in yardage. I don't have that calculation in my brain right now, but is that enough? Well, I don't know. We'll find out together, I guess. So I had said that I wouldn't show this until I was ready to start it, because I already have a lot of projects on the go, and I am almost finished. So I finished, which was one of my shorts. I finished Jack from the Nightmare Before Christmas set. I am almost finished with Sally. So I wanted to come on and show you guys the yarns, and then the next process, right, will be to cake them up. And I will cake up the 3 first, and then if I need the other green, I will cake that. But it's going to probably be a little bit before I cake up the yarn, just because that's another step. So I want to make sure that I do that when I'm ready. I mean, it'll be okay to sit for a little bit, but I'm not going to cake it up today, right? I'm in the middle of doing all manner of other things. But I wanted to film the video so that would be up for you all. And then you guys can let me know what option you think, right? So should I start with this in the center and then do the yellow as the flower part and then do the green, right? And I could flip it this way too so you can get a different version of the color. Or should I do the yellow in the center with this as the flower part and then the green? And the green, this is showing up really, really dull and brown, and it's not. Let me see if I turn this one light off, if that changes things. It might. Not really. Oh, the green still looks really, really brown. It's not brown. It's actually a nice green. But anyway, like I said, I'll post the pictures and we can see how that goes. So I won't start on it until I kind of have an idea where I sit and think about what I want, because I've been playing around with it in my mind, thinking. So I know this is the yarn that I want to use. I know the order that I'm thinking of using it, but I play around with it. The 2 dark colors next to each other do kind of blend into each other, and is that what I want, or do I want there to be a pop of the actual flower to be yellow? I don't know, right? So let me know what you think. You can let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about the shawl. Do you like the colors? What do you think about the size? Where would you put it? I mean, if you're not a shawl wearer, and not a lot of people are, where would you put it? Where would you drape it to be nice and presentable, right? Not that I have a ton of people coming over to my house, but I don't want to put another layer on my couch. I already have, like I said, I already have 2 blankets on my couch. And I already have the Rosewood Manor doily that I made on my spare bedroom bed. So I can't put it there. I mean, I guess I could change it out, but I already have something there. So What would you do with it? Let me know. I'm excited to get started on this once I finish Sally, right? Because then that will be one whole thing completed, and that will be one thing off my list. And then I only have the big projects that are going to take a while anyway to do. And yes, I'm adding another big project, but this is part of the um, collaboration. And even if I don't finish it before the year is over, I've at least started it before the year is over. But I do have a lot of breaks, with school and stuff. So I will have the opportunity to have time to sit and crochet, um, which is always a good thing. So let me know what you think about the color scheme. Let me know what you think about the shawl. And if you haven't done the Asteria doily, if you didn't do it when Sam did it and you're interested in starting it with me, let's go. Let's do it together, right? I want you to be included. If you don't want to do the Asteria doily and you have another um, doily that you wanted to do, if you wanted to do, like, I don't know, there's the Mandala Madness, um, there's so many. I have a whole book of just mandalas, whatever you want to call them. There's doilies galore on the internet. Oh, there's the one that Sam did with the skulls. I don't remember what it was called, but she did that one a while back. I mean, whatever you want to do. You want to join in, or if you want to join in and do a project that we've already done, and you want to do that with us while I'm doing this, va bene, let's go, right? I would love to see your makes. I would love to see, you can email them to me. You can post them in my Facebook group. My Facebook group is always linked in the description box in my link tree. And you can post them. I have my community open on YouTube. So if you wanted to post your makes there, you're always welcome to. That's just not as private as like the Facebook group. The Facebook group, the people that are in there are the people that see it, right? But if you post it on my community in YouTube, anybody on YouTube can see it, right? If you email it to me, only I can see it. And then if you want me to post it, I can post it. So it depends on the level of privacy that you want. And I have various levels for everyone's comfort, right? So I would love to have you in the Facebook group and share the things that you're doing. I would love to have you post things in the community in YouTube. But also, if you just want to email me and be like, hey, look what I did and I want to share it with you, please don't share it with anyone else. Cool, I got you, right? So, with that, I'm going to leave you. So, two things, right? Let me know what you think about the shawl and let me know what color combination. Should yellow be the center of the flower or should yellow be the flower? What do you think? Let me know. And until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao, Bella!